I mean, can you just kind of give us a breakdown of what you got returning and what you lost from last year and kind of how you see this season?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of 50-50. We lost 18, 19 seniors last year, so it was a large group. We got 13 back this year, but the majority of them are all going to be players. We got a good mix of old and experienced coming back. We got 5 starters coming back on offense, 5 starters coming back on defense, and then the majority of those are seniors, and then we'll mix in quite a bit of inexperienced sophomores and some juniors. They're going to have to grow up quickly, gel well together. Summer's been going really well. We had a fantastic off season. Really kind of refocused our weight room, kind of identity. Felt like we needed to put on some more mass as a team as a whole. Our strength numbers have come up tremendously, and then this summer we have been just killing it. They've shown up, they've showed out. We focused a lot this summer on throwing the ball. We've really worked our passing game a lot this year to go with our running game. Defensively, we're getting in our fits and everything. So it's been a good summer so far. Finished up probably our last workout this morning. We're gonna show up tomorrow for our last morning workout. We're gonna get on bus. I'm gonna take these boys bowling and kind of break the monotony of working out. Give something, just have fun. Just be kids, be young men for a little while, and have a good time. Then we'll do a little combine night on Friday, then the following Monday, and then take the rest of the week off and then get after it the following Monday.
Coach, can you just talk about the guys that you have with you today?
Yeah, absolutely. To my left is Monty Weed. He'll be a returning starting quarterback for us. Started every game for us last year, and will also play a lot of strong safety for us. I'm kind of a defensive guy, so I'm a little. I'm a little partial. I think he's a heck of a strong safety for us, but he had a heck of a year at quarterback last year as well. To my right is Brandon Estelle. He's our utility knife. He doesn't come off the field, plays running back. We put him in the slot. We can put him in any receiver. He's also a safety for us. He's been an inside linebacker. We play him as a hybrid linebacker a lot. We can put him out at corner if we need to. Special teams, Brandon won't come off. Expect a lot out of him. And to his right is Jalen Turner. He'll be a 3-year starter coming back for us at outside linebacker, kind of our mainstay at the defensive side of the ball. Gets everybody lined up. Probably one of my most experienced players coming back. Just a dog out there, and he also runs the ball well. He'll be in the backfield some for us in certain sets. And again, another utility knife. He knows about just about every position, offensively and defensively, other than snapping the ball at center. So these are 3 guys we're going to count on a lot this year.
Coach, you're in a very competitive region, a region that actually some of these teams have a lot of history of success, even at the state championship level. Give us an idea about what you think about the region's going to be this year. I know all you're worried about is your team. But give us an idea, because I know how coaches study a little bit ahead.
Oh, yeah.
What you think the region's going to be like this year?
I think it's probably top to bottom one of the toughest regions in 5A, in my opinion. I think you got 2 of those teams already preseason ranked in the top 10 in Leeds and Moody. Moody came on strong, and they're becoming a powerhouse in 5A. Leeds, traditionally they got state championships everywhere. Southside's a strong team coming down from 6A last year. They got 6A numbers. They got a tremendous coaching staff. That'll be a huge game for us. Open up the season. That's our first region game. Got Alexandria, and Alexandria's Alexandria. They're hard nosed. They're coached well. Coach Ginn does a great job over there. All those Ginns, and that'll be a tough game for us on the road there. And then you got St. Clair County with a brand new coach. T-Rob came down from Huntington, so that'll be interesting to see what kind of aspect he brings from the college game down and what they're going to run. Spring Bull's another team. Last year, I think when we played them, week 8, I want to say they only had 1 senior on the field. So they're going to be, I think, a lot of experience coming back, and should be a good squad right there. And I think that's it. Am I missing any of them? So yeah, I think top to bottom, it's a tough region. It's a 7-team region, and you got to try to figure out how to be one of those 4 spots to go to the playoffs. But again, that first region game against Southside is tremendously important. We get them at home this year. That'll be week 3, and not not looking ahead, but if you do look to their first region game, we know the importance of that one as well as they do. So we feel, we got to put blinders on and make sure we take care of Talladega and focus all our focus for the first game of the year. But that game will kind of set the tone of where we line up in the pecking order, try to make the playoffs.
This question's for the players, and undoubtedly you must be some of the team leaders if Coach brought you here today. Each one of you kind of give me an idea of what the summer's been like, but what you have done individually. I know it's not an individual sport, but what you have done individually to make yourself a better player, which can in turn help the football team.
You want me to start? All right, so the summer it's been hard, but it's been working for us. Like coming closer as a team, as like individuals, making ourselves into men. In the weight room, we've been working, trying to pick up weight, trying to build mass, so we'll have our structure to be able to focus on being a team. I've been trying to build my leadership skills, be able to talk louder, be a team with the whole team, and not just like my friends and stuff like that.
Like Monty said, the summer has been going good. We picking up on a lot of things. We working, we getting bigger, we putting on mass and all that. In the culture, we all coming together, we getting good. So, and we actually had a couple OTAs and 7-on-7s this summer. We did good in them. And pretty much Monty really set it off for real with the picking up on mass and all that stuff.
Oh, that kind of said it all. I mean, we've been coming closer as a team. We got a lot of guys stepping up that didn't play last year, and they're really feeling well with the team. And yeah, that's about it.
Coach, you tell us a little bit about, everybody, every year, every coach has some maybe staff changes or additions or leaving. Tell us a little bit about what your coaching staff and what they mean to this program.
Yeah, we did lose a few coaches to attrition. Coaches taking other jobs, taking a coordinator job. We lost Justin Taylor, took the coordinator job, went back high school. Played for you, yep. Went back to Cleveland County. Got to see him yesterday. We did an OTA with him. Our D-line coach went to Gadsden City, Blair Mayfield, and a linebacker coach went to Alexandria, Jake Kilgo. But I really like a staff that we've picked up. Jeremy Tice, brought him up from Robertsdale. He's coaching our D front. Will Jackson, we brought in from Pell City. He actually played for me at Sylacauga when I was there. Good coach. He's going to coach some inside linebackers for us. And then Cole Wallace we brought up from junior high. He's really done his time to get to that, and he's done a tremendous job for the offensive line. I don't think it's any big secret that our offensive coordinator is Matt Griffith. We're very close. One of my best friends and a mentor. And, man, he does a tremendous job, just a wealth of knowledge in his head. And he's that old school coach guy that he's going to get on the kids and they expect that, but does a tremendous job with our offense. I feel like we got a hidden gem in our quarterback coach and Coach Brad Clay. The work that he puts in with our quarterbacks and the preparation and the extra things he does is second to none. He does a great job with our quarterbacks, and he's also working with our receivers. The other offensive line coach we've had now for 4 or 5 years is Jamie Linderman. He does our tackles and tight ends. He's just gotten better and better as a coach, a real relatable coach to the kids. You got to have that good mix, as Coach Short, of your bulldog coaches and your coaches that are going to be a little softer, and so we feel like we got a good mix. And then our secondary coach is Coach Chris Smith. He's been doing our secondary now for the last 3-4 years, and just does a tremendous job on the backside for us. Very knowledgeable, big time with special teams with us. So really like our mix with our coaching staff, as well as I do. It's a brotherhood. We spend a lot of time together, and we actually got a little coaches retreat that we go on every year. We're going to go on this weekend, kind of put the game plan together for the first 2 weeks of fall camp, and that's a time where we can really, as you bring in new coaches and new coach staff, kind of fellowship and get to know each other. And because we'll be together about 7 days a week once the season starts. But really excited about this coaching staff. I think the kids are responding to them very well. When you have good coaches that the kids can relate to, can confide in, then you got something special. I think we got something brewing with that.
Coach, I'm going to give you an opportunity to brag on your community a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's a proud community. I've known that for years, all the way back to Coach Brooks and just forever and ever. Give us an idea about the support the community gives you, maybe some of the people in the community that's just big golden bears. Yeah,
absolutely. I think I say it every year. The thing that about Lincoln people is they're proud to be Lincoln people. They are proud of their community, and they are proud of their football team. They're proud of their school, and they show up. Regardless of what our record is year in and year out, and they pack the stands, and that's on the road and at home. We have a tremendous youth football program that all these kids have come through, and that's a luxury to have that, where you have all of your kids in that community playing youth football together. A lot of different communities, the kids go to different areas, but all ours seem to stay right there. We do a really good job with our youth coaches. Love going and seeing down there and watch them work. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about our booster club. We have a tremendous booster club that is ran by a lot of individuals that do not have kids that are playing anymore. And they love not only Lincoln football, but Lincoln athletics, and raise a lot of money for these young men to make sure they have all the tools and uniforms and everything they can to be successful on the field. We love Lincoln. We love being from Lincoln. We love representing Lincoln, and that's the plan this year, to make sure we represent them well.
Coach, you're one of the tenured coaches in the county.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, this question kind of goes with that. From the time you took the job to today, how would you grade where the program is versus how you wanted it to be? I mean, what's been some of the ups and downs of it?
Yeah, obviously, I'm more of an old school type, where obviously nowadays it's all about wins and losses. And unfortunately, that's kind of where sports has gone. Obviously, that's important. Winning's important. Creating a culture, to me, is more important. From where we started 6 years ago to where we are now, I think we've grown our numbers. My first year, we finished the year with 32. Right now, we have 93 players out. So I think we've gotten everybody that's in the hallway out, been part of the program playing football. I think not only me, but the coaching staff as a whole, and even our administration in our high school, we take a family approach to our football team. We live by, we have 13 points of culture that we go over. We did a big session on it in the off season about how we want our culture in Lincoln to be, what it's about. And I think growing young men into men, teaching them life skills, and helping them be productive citizens through this great game of football, to me, is what's more important than wins and losses. Now, don't get me wrong. I got 2 daughters, and I've never lost to them. I don't like to lose, but I think it's important, that we teach these guys to go out and be productive, teach them how to be husbands and good workers and fathers, and so. Not to say that wasn't being done before I got here, but I think we have made that a point of emphasis to do that. And with that and the culture and the things we teach and how we come together, the wins come, because eventually, when they're out on the field, they're out there by each other, by alone with each other. So they don't have us out there to hold their hand. They got to be able to rely on what they've been taught and what they've been coached, and how they have come together as a family. We say words like love. We tell each other we love each other every day. We look each other in the eye and say it and mean it. We care about each other, and so that's kind of, I guess, my take. And hopefully we can continue doing that.
I'll back that question up, Coach, because we all in this room agree that football is a great game, but it's about to go through probably one of its most drastic changes in recent memory, because NIL's coming.
Hope not.
Talk about it.
Yeah, NIL. Listen, I'm going on my 25th year of coaching football, and to say where I started to now is it's unbelievable. NIL money and glorification and instant gratification is what these young people know. And that's all based on, we can get on their soapbox if we want to with phones and social media and everything, but it's coming. I think our Alabama High School Athletic Association is doing a tremendous job to make sure that we are one of the last states in the United States to get it. They do a great job of making sure we don't need high school sports to become a semi-pro sport. And so I hope it stays away as long as it can, but it's a trickle-down effect, and what's trickled down from the pros to the colleges is now trickling down to high schools. Unfortunately, in my opinion, kids getting in portals in college and being able to go to another school when they're not happy at a school is starting to rear its head in high school, and that's unfortunate. And to me, when I got in this business, you took what you had with your school and you made them as good as you could, and you tried to go whoop the other guy and take what they had. Nowadays, you got to recruit your kids. Nowadays, you got to make sure you're keeping them with you. You got to keep fences around your community from other schools trying to come and get them. And that's just the unfortunate, to me, in my opinion, what's going on in high school. But the hope is that our athletic associations will put some more rules in place to stop this poaching kids from other schools.
I just want to ask a question to all the players to help get you guys involved. Is there any pregame ritual that you guys like to do, or is there anything you like to do that gets you motivated or hyped before a game?
Listen to music is one of them. We love to do that. Let's see. What else we do?
We like to pray before we go out onto the field.
Pray, yeah.
We have that thing called Bear Game Maxims. We say that before we go on the field every time. Slap the wind above the door, stuff like that.
They already covered most of the stuff that we do, so I ain't really got nothing.
Coach, I got a question and I got a comment.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember 6 years ago when you was standing over there with me at Cleveland County, we were talking about what you were going to do, that junior high group down there on that field, and everything that you told me that night, you've kind of checked off and you've done it. So as an old high school coach to a new one, I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
And I applaud you for being able to do that at Lincoln. Mm-hmm. Now, for the players, I've asked this every time today, and it's just kind of a fun thing for us and you. And think about, before you say it, think about all the nicknames. Now, I know there's nicknames. I mean, even our coaches have nicknames for each other. But think about some of the nicknames that you have on the team, some that are unique, that we would like to hear for people out here that's watching you live right now. Give us some of those nicknames. Be careful what you say. And then we'll let the coach say that, because I know how it is on the sidelines. And in that huddle, that's a family. But kind of let us inside your huddle and tell us some of the nicknames that you have. Don't be bashful.
Do I start?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you started.
When I was a freshman, Coach Griff gave me the nickname Slow Mo because he said it looks like I'm running in slow motion.
I hope you've changed that.
He's one of the fastest kids in the county now. Yep.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, I really ain't got a nickname, but say our offensive coordinator, Coach Griff, if you do something that get on his nerves, he'll say you wearing him out like a government mule.
I know some of them offensive lineman guys have got to have a nickname. Those big guys, they do.
Yeah.
Come on, Monty. Give us one. You're wanting to.
What do we think you had a nickname? I ain't know you had a nickname.
Big guy, fat boy. I mean, you got anything? Coach, what's your favorite?
Country boy. No, something like that.
That was Austin's nickname.
Yeah, big country.
Big country. Oh, that was Austin.
I mean, there could be a different nickname a day, depending on if they're doing good or bad. But I don't know. We've kind of graduated a lot of our nicknames, haven't we?
Really?
We have some unique names that kind of nickname themselves out. We call Landon Lando. We have a incoming freshman that they call Stank.
Oh, that's 2 schools that's got a stink.
Who else we got? Forehead. Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Those are good. Well, Coach, I'll get you off of that one real quick. And I've asked you this, as long as I coached my career, Lincoln always had good kickers over the years.
Yeah.
And they always had good kickers. So give us an idea about how your kicking game is going to be this year, because I know every coach says, yeah, that's the biggest part, but all of them don't do that. So.
Yeah, we're very excited about our kicking game. Think it can be a tremendous weapon for us this year. Mason Hill is our kicker. He'll be a junior this year. Came on the scene last year, and we have had good kickers come through. We got one finishing up at Shorter. They got a scholarship. But Mason has worked tremendously hard. He's an unbelievable soccer player. Scores a ton of goals. He's a striker in the spring, but he also likes to be called. He don't want to be known just as a soccer player that kicks. He's a really good receiver for us. He'll be on the field a lot, but he has worked extremely hard to get his kickoffs. He was getting them to about the 5 last year. He's been pretty consistent of getting those in the end zone, and as a defensive guy, that's important. When you can make an offense start on the 20 in high school football, that's big for us. Field goal wise, I feel comfortable putting him out there anywhere from 45 and in right now. He's gone. He's worked his craft. He's gone to 3 different camps this year. The big camps, gone to Alabama, gone to Coles, gone to another one. Can't remember the name of it. But what I wanted him to work on and be kind of put his emphasis on in this offseason was, 1, this kickoffs. Let's see if we can get him to the end zone. And 2 is punting. We lost our punter from last year, and so he really worked hard in some camps. I think the Sanford camp he went to, they helped him a lot. And so we just feel like he's got a tremendous leg. I think he'll have an opportunity if he keeps continuing growing and strength wise with his leg. He'll have an opportunity to kick in college if he wants to. But he'll do it all for us. He'll kick off, he'll kick field goals, and like I said, I have no bones at all about sending him out there and trying to kick a long one as well as our intermediate.
Coach, you mentioned, and for people here and people that are listening, watching, it's gotten more popular the past couple of years. Some of us were doing it a long time ago, but OTAs are getting more and more for teams, and I think it's very important. Organized team activities for people that don't know that, but give the people out here that's watching today an idea about what OTAs are and how important they are to your program.
Yeah, so we, 7-on-7 is the big thing. In the off season, you got teams, you got everything, but when you do 7-on-7, you're basically just putting 7 against 7 out there. You don't have your linemen out there; it's your skill guys, and it's good for timing. It's good for your defensive backs, but football coaches are competitive by nature, and when you get into a competitive competition where you're trying to win, you start running plays in 7-on-7 that you probably cannot run in real 11-man football. When you run a running back straight up the gut, split a cover 2 coverage, that's not happening in football. So OTAs, to me, now I'm not putting 7-on-7s down. We do them as well, and we do it every day at practice. But an OTA is basically we take another team and we meet up with them. They come to Lincoln and we go to them. We did one with Welburn. We've done one with Etowah. Just did one with Cleveland County. And basically we have a script that we go by. It involves everybody on your team, including your linemen. So what we do, our script is basically we warm up and then we come together and we go inside drill. So you got your defense lineman against your offensive lineman and you're working your inside run plays. We don't have pads on. You got to be really careful with a quick whistle to make that. But to me, that's football. After that, then while we're doing that, you got one-on-ones going with your outside receivers and your corners and your safeties and things like that. After we get that, we go to a half skelly. We'll work one half of a skill set, and we do pass plays against defenders. Same thing on the other side. Work your trips. We'll bring it all together. We'll do 7-on-7, and then we're finished with that. We actually do 11-on-11, and so we do different spots from the field. We come from the 30 out. We'll start on the 50. We'll start at second down. We'll play third down. We'll go in and work the red zone, and it's 11-on-11. It can get a little chippy, but it's competing, and to me, now you're truly running what you're going to run offensively. You're truly running what you're going to run defensively because you got the Hogs out there with you, and I shied away from the 11 on 11 for a long time. Being a former lineman, it's hard to go out there, and some linemen love it, some linemen hate it because you're not protected. You know, you got to be really skilled, but it places your hands where they're supposed to go, and but I love it. I think our kids love it. It's a competition against another team that you're not seeing every day, and it allows them to be competitive in the offense and defense that you're going to run on a Friday night. So to me, I think that's kind of the way football's going to. It's becoming really prominent along with the 7-on-7s. But we do it against each other. We'll run our script, but it's fun when we get another team because you see different defenses. You see different coverages that you're not just going to see from us, and vice versa with the offenses. And I think you could ask these guys. I think they enjoy it as well. Do you?
Love it.
Yeah.
Coach, I got a quick question. You mentioned something I think in part of your opening remarks about teams that are maybe in your region that maybe a 6A school and they're playing 6A numbers and stuff like that. Next year's a reclassification year.
Yep.
Lincoln jumps back and forth between 4A and 5A. It seems like every other year.
Yeah.
You guys jump back and forth.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite as far as what you would like to be versus what you are?
We like to compete. I don't foresee Lincoln being 4A anytime soon again. Our community is growing tremendously. We have a lot of houses. I think last check we got 280 different roofs being built right now. We have a big old factory Honda that sits right there in the middle of it, and we have a lot of people moving. The thing about jumping 4A to 5A, the last time we were 4A, we won the region 2 years in a row and made some nice playoff runs. The difference to me was when we went to 4A, we were the 18th largest 4A school. When we're 5A, I think this past year, I think we're the 24th smallest 5A school. And believe it or not, I mean, we got 93, 95 kids out, but your top 20 5A schools have that many more players and students that they have to pick from. So I think that makes it a difference. Right now, we feel like we have the two largest classes that's ever came through Lincoln in our 10th grade class and our freshman class. I don't think we'll be anywhere near 6A, but those numbers allow us to bump up and just attrition, having more players, being able to try to go to platoon as much as you can. To me, that makes the difference between 4A and 5A.
This was for the players. Do you guys play both ways?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everybody plays both ways?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. That's one thing I've been asking and this has kind of been across the board from everybody that's been here today. What do you like better, offense or defense?
Tell the truth.
Offense.
And why?
Because at defense, it's fun. I get a lot of time back there with my boys and all that. But offense is just, I don't know. I've been connected with it since I started in junior B.
All right.
I say defense. I like defense better than offense because, defense, when you're on the defensive side, it's like you be wanting to hit and you be wanting to just go at it. On the offensive side, you trying to score, but I mean, it's not really like being on the defensive side because, you got your boys over there, they be ready to hit and they just be talking, and I like that better than being on offense. I really do.
And I think, too, you can move around a little bit better.
Yeah, you can move around a lot.
You can move around a lot, and you don't have to be in a certain position. You can
especially
talk to everybody and see what's going on and move around.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least. That's you.
You can tell the truth.
I like defense better, but the reason I like defense better is because I've been playing it for 3 years. Started at linebacker my 10th grade year. When I first got moved to linebacker, I kind of fell in love with that position, and so I just like defense.
Good deal. It's kind of gone both ways.
Yeah. And listen, but that's the nature of the beast as well. To me, when I started this, you developed players and tried to get them ready for their junior and senior year, and man, that's not the case anymore. You know, if you can play, we're going to put you out there. If you're the best player on both sides of the ball, we're going to try to have you out there as much as we can and develop a young kid or a second guy to spot play them. But man, when it comes down and you gotta win a ball game, you want your best on the field, and so you know, I think that's also kind of a 4A to 5A type thing. You know, 4A you do play both ways a lot more. 5A you're hoping you have the numbers where you can two platoon, but these three right here will not come off the field. They'll play both sides, and counting on them to help us win a lot of games.
What about, do you play special teams too?
I'm a big guy on punt,
Okay.
and that's about it. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that other.
Don't give away every secret, right, Coach?
Right. We're working on something new.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Special.
I'm the kick returner. That's it.
I got you.
I'm just on kickoff.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you see that a lot, even in college now, where you're starting running back is on the kicking team. Because one, he's probably pretty fast, move down the field fairly easily, and like you said, Coach, you're putting your best ones out there.
Yeah.
No matter what position they play, you could care less. You're trying to get the best 11 out on the field at any one particular time. So it is what it is, and that's how you deal with the game.
Well, I tell you, we show our kids every year, you know, especially when it's special teams. Like, Coach, why am I not resting on special teams? Well, all these kids watch football on Saturday morning. And I tell them, go watch who's on the kickoff team at Alabama. Go watch who's on the punt team at Auburn, you know. And then I flip it and show them on the NFL. I mean, you can make a living as a special teams player by playing special teams in the NFL, you know. So once they see that aspect and see, hey, it is important, you know, we know that's one of the three phases of the game, and you got to win that phase. And then they kind of lock in.
Well, one thing what made me when you mentioned that about Alabama was, I remember Jahmyr Gibbs, you know, just got picked in the first round from the Detroit Lions. He was on this kicking team every time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and look what he's doing now. So he probably won't be on the kicking team with the Lions, but at Alabama, he's one of the best 11 out there. So he's on the kicking team.
Yeah, absolutely.